And we start today's other headlines outside Chicago, where National Guard troops from Texas arrived today at an Army training center ahead of an expected deployment. Uniformed personnel were seen today at Elwood U.S. Army Reserve Center, southwest of the city itself. Their presence comes despite intense opposition from Democratic state officials, with Governor J.B. Pritzker accusing President Trump of using troops as political props and pawns. Earlier in the day, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson voiced his frustration over the Trump administration's lack of information about the timing and scope of the deployment.
None of that has been made clear. I mean, this is what is so difficult about this moment, is that you have an administration that is just refusing to cooperate with the local authority.
The Trump administration insists its actions are justified and portrays cities like Chicago as crime-ridden and lawless. Overall, violent crime in Chicago is down this year, according to city officials. Meantime, in Washington, President Trump hosted Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney at the White House, where trade and tariffs were on the agenda.
We have a natural conflict. It's a natural business conflict. Nothing wrong with it. And I think we've come a long way over the last few months, actually, in terms of...
The two leaders appeared cordial in the Oval Office, despite Mr. Trump's ongoing tariffs on Canadian cars, steel, and aluminum. The president offered no signs of easing those tariffs, but said he'd consider renegotiating a free trade deal among the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, the deal he originally brokered in his first term. That agreement, the USMCA, will be formally reviewed next year. 3 scientists based in the U.S. won this year's Nobel Prize in Physics for their work in quantum mechanics. John Clark, Michel Devoret, and John Martinis were recognized for research conducted in the mid-1980s on the real-world applications of subatomic interactions. The committee said their discoveries helped pave the way for modern-day cell phones, faster computers, and fiber optic cables. The 3 will share nearly $1.2 million in prize money. Tomorrow, the committee will announce the chemistry prize. An investigation is underway into why a medical helicopter crashed onto a highway late last night in Sacramento, critically injuring 3 people on board. An official says more than a dozen onlookers lifted a piece of the wreckage to rescue a woman trapped underneath.
I think without the help of the community tonight, this could have been a lot different outcome for that individual.
Authorities there say it's mind-blowing that no one on the highway was injured. The helicopter was returning from taking a patient to a hospital when it crashed, shutting down lanes of traffic on Highway 50. They have since been reopened. Gold futures soared above $4,000 per ounce today for the first time ever. Gold has soared this year as investors seek a safe haven amid broader geopolitical and economic uncertainty. Meantime, stocks struggled on Wall Street today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average slipped around 90 points. The Nasdaq gave back more than 150 points on the day. The S&P 500 also ended in negative territory. And Saul Zabar, who ran the famous Manhattan food market Zabar's for 7 decades, has died. Zabar had planned to be a doctor, but stepped in to help the family business when his father passed away in 1950. Over the years, he helped turn a small shop into a cultural landmark of New York's Upper West Side, filled with smoked fish, gourmet cheeses, and roasted coffee. Zabar himself was considered chief coffee tester. Saul Zabar was 97 years old. Still to come on the NewsHour, the U.S. Supreme Court hears arguments on the controversial practice of conversion therapy for LGBTQ youth. Soybean farmers feel the financial pain of tariffs on China, and a new book on the growing distrust of science.
This is the PBS NewsHour from the David M. Rubenstein Studio at WETA in Washington, and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.